Good evening, guys. Whoever is a member of my community, welcome back. And who is not, please subscribe. And let's start. I will talk today about a thing called gangstalking within the shipping industries. You can be a lot of shipping companies, and what's important about it? Gangstalking people are really well placed within the shipping industry, but only specific in one reason. The United States is a very mobile country for a lot of people, but for some not. But if you're a target individual and you travel between states and you want to move between states to avoid persecution of some kind, that it's not yours, or you want to have a, in general, new life in a way, you will end up actually having your stuff moved from one country, from one place to another, maybe even from one country to another, and you will have several things to deal with. Why it's so important to think about gangstalking within the shipping? Because they ship your stuff, and it's not because of the money, but because of the personality of the things. For instance, you won a trophy when you were a teenager in high school, and it says your name on it, or you are older, you play golf and you won a golf trophy or a jacket for a specific tournament, and so on and so on, and everything is yours. Even though it's not you, it's just the clothing on the thing, but it's you by history. For instance, when the Nazis start putting people in concentration camps, what the first they would do, they will strip them, all of them, of the specific things that are really theirs. It's wedding rings, and so on and so on. The same thing was here in the United States. When internment camps for Japanese were created, what first they would do is just to remove personal items, and they will give you a reason that somebody else in the camp can attack you because of your personal items. They're more expensive that those people don't have, and you were thinking about your safety and so on and so on. But actually, what it is, they will removing their part of their identity. You see, some rings, for instance, are given from one son to a grandfather to son, and from the son to grandson. This way, it's kind of a passing the torch of generations. For instance, the kings or novelty of some kind, they were always had stuff like this passed to their children. They had their own, made only for them, which is unique. So if you find this thing and say, wow, this is my family things, this is me, or something like this. So by removing those items, they will deprive you in a way of your fullness of your identity. You can have some kind of a document that can be discounted as a proof of your identity, or any other garbage, but when they steal your specific things, which is very important. So this is what gangstalking within the shipping industry are. For instance, you move from, like, either from Utah, right? You move to Atlanta, even though I'm here temporary, but temporary ended up being 2 years. So I had some stuff sent to me, which is I'm still looking for. Then the other thing, documents when you ship as well. You can apply, you have your passport, you have a driver's license, and so on and so on, that you have to receive, but you're not receiving it. Then something like this in this area, you can have documents or items that are in a way getting attached to your identity, and then those things disappear. And there's a very interesting system set up. It's principle of duality. Okay, you can prove and try to prove there's several subjects that the documents or items went through their hands, and they can point fingers to each other and say, oh, I don't know, he did it, and I don't know how he did it. And when you try to go and try to say that somebody did it, they will threaten you with the action, judicial action of some kind. So this is what my point is. This is a very short video, and I'm going to be continuing doing it. I will show you the examples how it works. You see, I worked for a company called JCPenney. I was account analyst, and I was a clerical. And I mean, I was clerical, then I was account analyst, then I became again clerical. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But the point there is that there is a thing called lot number. It's a specific number for every item stores sell. And I will talk about it next time. If you had your stuff stolen through the shipping, tell your story. It's kind of I don't think I will be able to repeat it with the company name because you can go to court, but I just want to make sure that people like me had the same experiences and they understand what I'm talking about, because it's one of those moments when you realize that you can get stripped de facto naked. You can have all the clothing you have or all the memories of other people, but if somebody has stolen your personal thing, it's very, very damaging to you. It's not just damaging psychologically, because little people steal stuff that it's personally yours, but the stuff personally yours contains physical information or technical information that again attaches you second time to you. So if somebody steals it, you have two losses of pleasure to have the item, and the second loss is that item is actually your item that will help you recover or confirm your identity one day. So it's kind of a double whammy. Anyway, guys, I hope you love my videos. As I said, some people wrote yes, they do. Please, if you do, maybe you want to share some. I have a problem with getting subscribers, and this is what is kind of killing me. Sometimes I kind of stops me from doing things, because whatever I do, they're like 250 to 60 plus minus suddenly, or 2, 3, or so on and so on. And by the way, there's a couple of very bad people watching me. The right things that fortunately I have right away possibility to remove. Next time I said I will stop it, and not stop to remove, but just the opposite. I will do maybe a video or part of the video showing what people write, what kind of garbage people write. Anyway, thank you for watching me, and again, subscribe, and maybe next time I will talk about, the modern procedures currently. So I will have, there's big possibility that I will be dealing with it by the end of next week. There's a lot of nurses, police officers are out of the job. It's going to be crappy. I put all my PayPal on all my accounts on YouTube, and if suddenly I end up with a lot of time on my hand without an employment, I hope it helps. So you have a good evening one more time, and you guys are the best. I know what it means to be manipulated.